Hello everyone, myself Professor Shahana Sengupta. Presently, I am associated with Swami Vivekananda Institute of Modern Science, Kolkata as an assistant professor in the Department of Microbiology. I would like to welcome you all in my YouTube channel. In my YouTube channel, I usually share different types of academic videos related to the fields of biological sciences. Today, I have picked up a topic for you all, that is the biopesticide. Let's start with our journey with the new topic. Happy listening. Let's start with biopesticide. Before starting with the detailing of biopesticide, I would like to tell something about pests. What are pests? Pests are organisms that interfere with human welfare and activities. They are basically destructive insect larvae, or sometimes other animals which can attack crop, food and livestock. Now, what is pesticide? A substance that is used for destroying insect and other organisms harmful to cultivated plants or to animals are called as pesticide. Pesticides also used to allow more food production and protects people from different food-borne disease. Let's discuss about biopesticide. What is biopesticide? Biopesticide is a formulation made from naturally occurring substances that control pests by non-toxic mechanism and in eco-friendly manner. Biopesticides may be derived from animals like nematodes, plants, and especially some microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, and virus. Sometimes it also can include some living organisms. However, biopesticides are generally less toxic to the user and are non-target organisms, making them desirable and sustainable tools for disease management. Let's focus on the advantages of biopesticide. Why biopesticide? Biopesticides are inherently less harmful and eco-friendly. They are designed to affect only one specific pest or in some cases a few target organisms, often effective in very small quantities and often decompose quickly, thereby resulting in lower exposure and largely avoiding the pollution problem. When used as a component of integrated pest management or IPM programs, it is found that it can contribute a great result. Let's talk about the three major categories of biopesticide. Number one, microbial biopesticides. The microbial pesticides may consist of the organisms themselves or the metabolites that they can produce. Microbial biopesticides are generally divided into three major subcategories like bacterial, fungal, and viral biopesticides. The second category is plant incorporated protectants, or PIP in abbreviations. Genetically altered plants, they are being used under this category to produce their own pesticides. Number three, biochemical pesticides. Different types of naturally occurring substances that can have an effect on controlling pests can be placed under this category. Let's introduce microbial pesticides. Microbial pesticides are composed of microscopic living organisms like viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoans, or nematodes, or the toxins produced by these organisms. Microbial pesticides can control many different kinds of pests, although each separate active ingredients is relatively specific for their target pest. Now we will talk about the applications of microbial pesticides. Microbial pesticides can be applied as conventional insecticidal spray, dust, or in granular form. Their greatest strength is their specificity, as most are essentially non-toxic and non-pathogenic towards animal and human being. Microbial pesticide includes insecticide, fungicides, herbicides, and growth regulators of microbial origin. Let's introduce microbial biopesticide. Genus Bacillus is successful as biocontrol agent. For example, we can talk about Bacillus thuringiensis, Bacillus sphaericus, and Bacillus populi. But among them, most widely known species is Bacillus thuringiensis or BT, which can control certain pests of cotton, cabbage, potatoes, and other crops. It was discovered in Japan in early 20th century and first became a commercial product in France in 1938. When ingested by pest larvae, BT releases toxins which damage the meat gut of the pest and eventually killing it. The next type is Agrobacterium radiobacter. Agrobacterium radiobacter is used to treat roots during transplanting that checks crown gall. Crown gall is a disease in peaches, grapevine, roses, and various plants caused by soil-borne pathogens. The effective strains of Agrobacterium radiobacter possess two important features. They are able to colonize host roots to a higher population, as well as they can produce antibiotic aggression, that is toxic to many other pathogens. The third one is Pseudomonas fluorescens. This bacteria is used to control the damping off caused by Pythanium species. It has the ability to grow quickly in rhizosphere. Let's talk about viral biopesticides. Viruses of group Baculovirus are the most potential as biocontrol agent. They are highly specific and can quickly infect large populations of insects. Sometimes larvae of the insect feed on crop after being infected. These are target-specific viruses which can infect and destroy a number of important plant pests. Particularly, they are very much effective against Lepidoptera pest. Limitation of this type of biopesticide is the large-scale production difficulties. They are basically large rod-shaped DNA viruses. About 280 known species are there. Those are having potentiality as utilization as biocontrol agent. 3 morphological subgroups that we can get under these viral biopesticides, namely granular virus, nuclear polyhydrosis virus or NPV, and non-occluded baculoviruses. Let's talk about fungal biopesticide. Fungi poses a number of characters to be a potential biocontrol agent. For example, we can talk about Trichoderma, Beviera, and Metarhizium. Trichoderma is an important root pathogens control agent, whereas the Beviera and Metarhizium fungi cause white and green muscardine disease in the insect larvae. Infection can take place through their mouth parts. Beviera produces a kind of toxins, namely bevioracin, that can act on the membrane by changing their permeability and eventually cause death of the insect larvae. Whereas Metarhizium produces 2 different types of toxins, namely destraxin and cytocalasins. Let's discuss about plant pesticide. Genetic material produced by plants have pesticidal properties that can be produced basically in the GM plants by introducing genetic engineering technology which enables the plant to make themselves protected against the attack of pests. For example, we can talk about the gene responsible for Bacillus thuringiensis pesticidal protein production can be introduced into the genetic material of the plant. Then the plant will be a pest-resistant one. Plant incorporated protectants or PIPs have genetic material from the other species incorporated into their genetic material, example any GM crops or GM plants. Thanks a lot for your patience. Please do subscribe my channel. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos in different fields of biosciences.